So, you want to lose more weight. You're looking for some practical tips that you can start implementing today in time to begin losing more weight. Well, you came to the right place. And what's going on, everyone? My name is Coach Scott McLeod, certified personal trainer and certified nutrition coach. Welcome back to another Caffeine Conversations with Coach Scott McLeod, where in this one, I'm going to teach you 3 more tips on how to lose more weight. And I say 3 more tips because I already made a video. I believe it was 5 tips to lose more weight, and you should be subscribed to the channel. You should be watching all of my videos. If not, what are you doing, bro? But it's not too late, so you can definitely go back and watch that one. That one had 5 or so practical tips to lose more weight. In this one, 3 more tips to start losing weight. Number 1, keep the junk food out of the house. Keep it completely out of sight, out of mind, out of the house, out of the crib, out of the apartment, out of the condo, out of the hotel, whatever it is that you're living in. Just get rid of it. Throw it out. If you have it in there currently, go throw it out. Keep the chips out. Keep the ice cream out. Keep the Twinkies, the Rojos, the Ring Dings, the Hostess cakes, all of those little gas station treats, whatever the heck they're called. Keep them out of the house. Start replacing that garbage with some low-calorie dense snacks that offer some protein, some fiber to keep you full, to keep you satiated, to keep you satisfied. Some snacks that I like to keep around the house. Yes, you're allowed to have snacks. If you're part of some restrictive diet that doesn't allow you to have snacks, again, what are you doing, bro? You need to watch more of my videos. You don't need to be doing that, but you got to keep the junk out, and you got to replace the junk with some more mindful and some more low-calorie options that provide you with some protein and some fiber. A couple things that I like to keep around: some Smart Pop popcorn. So Orville Redenbacher makes a Smart Pop popcorn. It's different than Skinny Pop. It's different than some of those other popcorns that are marketed as supposed to be healthy. This one is a very low calorie food option that provides you with some fiber. It's called Smart Pop popcorn. Maybe I can pop that up on the screen. Orville Redenbacher. I get the mini bags. Each bag is 100 calories, and I just off the top of my head want to say there's somewhere from 6 to 8-ish grams of fiber per bag, I think. I could be wrong there. Another thing I like to keep around in the house are the Yasso ice cream bars. So get the regular ice cream out of the house. Keep it out of sight, out of mind, but replace it with the company called Yasso. They make a protein bar, and the chocolate chip cookie dough one is my personal favorite. I think they make like a mint chocolate chip one as well, but Yasso, it's made out of Greek yogurt, and it's a nice little 100 calorie or so treat that you can have instead of your regular ass ice cream. So keep those Yasso bars in the house. Keep that Smart Pop popcorn in the house. Quest, the company Quest, they make chips. Keep some Quest chips laying around, so when you're craving regular ass chips that are very high in calories, you can go reach for the bag of Quest chips. The Quest chips are going to provide like 20 or so grams of protein per bag. I like the purple bag. It's the sweet Thai chili or sweet chili, something along those lines. Keep those Quest chips lying around and get rid of the regular ass chips. And there you go. You have some practical snack options for when you're craving a snack. Some Smart Pop popcorn, some Quest chips, some Yasso Greek yogurt ice cream bars that are much lower in calories. They provide you with fiber in certain instances. They provide you with protein in other instances, or a combination of both. And you're not going off the rails or feeling guilty when you reach for a snack. You're allowed to have snacks. Just make some more mindful, smarter snack decisions. Keeping the junk food around the house would be like a drug addict surrounding themselves with the drug that they're trying to stop using. So if you're trying to lose more weight and you're surrounding yourself with some garbage, some Ring Dings, Ho-Hos, Hostess cupcakes, Twinkies, you name it, a Hojo to go, buddy.
Your sister showed me she had some nice hands last night when she gave me a Hojo to go.
And you're keeping that around in sight and in mind. It's like a drug addict keeping around the drug that they're trying to get rid of or trying to stop using. Tip number 2, be fiber focused. Focus on fiber, yes, in addition to your protein. I've talked a ton about protein on this channel. That's not the purpose of this video. Yes, you want to be very protein mindful. You should also be mindful of your fiber. Now, I can make a separate video on soluble versus insoluble fiber and that concept of net carbs that personally I believe is just a big marketing scheme. I'm not going to get into that here and now. I'll talk about that later. If you're interested in that, please leave a comment down below. But fiber as a whole, just great for staying full, staying satisfied, staying satiated. Fiber can also be heart healthy. The data does suggest that. It can be healthy for other chronic conditions like diabetes management, but really focus on those foods with fiber, especially if you're cutting your calories and you find yourself more hungry throughout the day. Each of your meals, each of your snacks should be revolving around fiber to help you stay full, to help you stay satisfied, to help you stay satiated. Now I'm going to reference some notes here on fiber, soluble and insoluble fiber from the National Academy of Sports Medicine, through whom I obtained my personal training and nutrition certification. Some of the benefits here of soluble fiber, the fiber type doesn't really matter as much for this video. I'll go into that in a later video, like I said. Fiber in general, I'll just start reading some benefits. Weight loss, it can delay gastric emptying from the stomach. It promotes an overall feeling of fullness, thereby potentially reducing caloric intake. And we know now, because we watch all of Scott McLeod's videos, that weight gain and weight loss is a matter of an energy balance, calories in versus calories out. So weight loss can delay gastric emptying, overall feeling of fullness, reducing risk of cardiovascular disease. It can bind to cholesterol particles. It can prevent its absorption and help remove cholesterol from the body. Bowel movement and intestinal health. It attracts water and promotes bulk to the stool, which can safeguard against constipation and intestinal diseases. Diabetes protection. This type of carbohydrate, fiber that is not absorbed. It can therefore reduce potential blood sugar spikes. Improved absorption of foods. It slows the movement of food through the small intestine. It can enhance nutrient absorption. A couple other quick benefits here. Reduce risk of cancer. It improves movement through the large intestine. It reduces colon cancer risk and other intestinal diseases. Some foods with fiber. My personal favorites: berries, raspberries, blackberries, strawberries, blueberries. Fill up on those berries. They're nutrient dense and it adds fiber, which we now know the benefits of. Oat bran, oatmeal, beans, apples with the skin on, pears with the skin on. And I'm not talking about juicing or making fruit juices and blending. When you go through that blending process, it actually eliminates some of the fiber, and it requires a very large number of those fruits and vegetables to juice, to make a juice. So you're actually adding a whole ton of sugar while eliminating the fiber. So I'm talking about fresh raspberries, blackberries, blueberries, strawberries, fresh apples with the skin on, fresh pears with the skin on. Allow your body to break that down, digest it, delay that gastric emptying so you can feel full. Other things: artichoke, sweet potatoes, carrots, celery, whole grain wheat, whole grains in general, brown rice, quinoa. Another one listed here, of course, is broccoli. I'll throw asparagus in that list as well. Focus on those fiber-dense foods to start reaping the benefits that we just discussed. Tip number 3, I want you to admit, and I want you to be honest with yourself, that this is difficult. This is a hard process. If it were easy, everyone would be walking around like Greek gods. We'd be shredded to the bone. We'd be jacked and shredded at the same time. The United States and the world in general wouldn't have an obesity problem if this were all easy. This is not easy. And give yourself some credit for enduring this process and for sticking to your diet and for coming back at it again and again and again and for cultivating the tenacity to keep trying. Admit to yourself and be honest to yourself how you're doing, what you consumed, what you ate. Give that honest insight to yourself and that reflection to yourself, but also give yourself some damn credit. This is hard. This is difficult. You're gonna feel hungry. You're gonna feel frustrated. You're gonna want to binge. You're gonna feel agitated. Again, you're gonna feel hungry. It's not gonna be easy. It really is not easy. If it were easy, everyone would look amazing. We wouldn't have the onset and prevalence of chronic diseases due to being classified as overweight and obese. Being overweight and obese, the medical classification of the term, that is not healthy. It's not healthy. The data suggests a correlation between being classified as overweight and obese and an array of chronic conditions and the onset of chronic conditions and the exacerbation of underlying health conditions because you're not healthy. But also, since I'm giving you some practical tips and tricks, admit to yourself that this isn't easy. It's okay to feel frustrated. It's okay to know that this is difficult, to feel hungry and feel frustrated. It's not something that's easy. We can't just snap our fingers and wave the wand and be shredded. And I'm not saying that we have to be shredded. I'm not saying that by any means. I hate being shredded. I got shredded for a show and it fucking sucked, dude. I hated it. It was so tough. It was one of the hardest things that I ever did, but I cultivated the tenacity. I kept trying. I implemented some tips and tricks. I kept all the junk away from myself, out of the house, so I wouldn't be tempted. I focused on my fiber, adding fruits and vegetables to every meal. I drank plenty of water. I got adequate sleep. I tried to stress less, which is easier said than done for me, but I used some of those practical tips. I admitted that, hey, this is not easy. I'm doing something that's hard and I'm challenging myself and I'm up for the challenge. Let's go, dude. I'm taking on this challenge. I oftentimes struggle to give myself some credit, and I just want you to know that it's hard. You're not alone if you feel frustrated, if you feel hungry, if you feel hopeless, if you feel like giving up. Don't quit. Don't give up. Watch more of my videos. Implement some of these tips and tricks. And if you enjoyed this one, please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. All right. See ya.